So after the Ahsoka show, the Kenobi show, obviously that brings us into Star Wars Rebels,
Yes.
which takes place, I think, 4 or 5 years after Kenobi, right?
4 years. Yeah, because Ezra's 14 when we see him.
And
Yeah,
that's where
14.
obviously we meet the Grand Inquisitor and more
Yeah.
Inquisitors start showing up, and some of the best Star Wars ever happens. And obviously Ezra and Kanan. Kanan comes back.
The best. Love Ezra and Kanan.
But what we wanted to go over is the rematch between Ahsoka and Vader. That was so deeply rooted in Anakin's story, especially since he trained her from such a young age into
Mm.
his fall and his reason for becoming a Sith Lord. So that whole fight scene when she basically bested him was so gut wrenching.
It was so good though.
I mean, you could see like Anakin. It wasn't Vader. It was
It was
Anakin.
Anakin.
And like it
So
took him a
powerful.
minute, like just watching her, for him to finally snap out of it and start fighting her again. And there was a
Then
huge
you will
debate.
die.
Yeah, there was a huge debate for such a long time if she lived or if she died. Um,
Yo, when Dave Filoni went out Celebration, he had an Ahsoka Lives question. Do you hear about that?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like he came out with a question mark shirt, and then they showed the trailer for I think it was season 4, and he comes back out with an Ahsoka Lives shirt with an exclamation point. That hit me. I'm like, bro, is she alive? Is she not? Don't play with my emotions. I'm just like, oh, I'm so ready for all this.
Do you
I'm
actually that's interesting? Do you think she died with the fight between Vader, or do you think she survived?
well, I mean, you see her limping toward the temple, so I mean, if assuming that that was the point where Ezra didn't mess with time, I assume yes. I don't know what caused him to let her live, but she survived with the scenario of time travel or not. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Even if Ezra hadn't pulled her out, she would be alive. Would she be mortally damaged? That's or like hurt? Yeah, because she looked absolutely hurt. Like
Yeah.
you see her limping. So I don't know.
But with the Rebel show, that's where you meet Thrawn.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we could get like a younger Admiral version of Thrawn, like going through the ranks
Mm-hmm.
of Kenobi? Because he was right
Not
around that
likely.
time.
Not likely, because from my understanding and from what little bit I've read of alliances and all that, Thrawn is already established for the most part, but he's off doing different things.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think he'd be anywhere near Tatooine or anything like that. Anything at this point, I don't remember where they said he was at the beginning of season 3 before they dropped him. But he's off doing something of some sort on some other planet. So
I just
I
think it's
honestly
interesting if like he's gonna be the main villain of Ahsoka to not kind of like low key introduce him before,
drop those seeds.
because like Thrawn is such a big character, and if you haven't seen Rebels, then you'll have no idea who he is.
Or if you haven't read the books or grew up with Heir to the Empire and all those books, which is what I grew up knowing Thrawn from. So when they reintroduced him in season 3 of Rebels, I lost my mind, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a great feeling to see him canon again.
Yeah. So that leaves us with questions and theories for the show. What do you think is going to happen throughout the Kenobi series?
Oof. I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot of back and forth between the Inquisitors, Kenobi, Vader, possible flashbacks. So I don't know. It's hard to say because I feel like there's just gonna be a lot of back and forth, being like, "This is what the Empire." Oh, speaking of cameos, do you think we're gonna see Tarkin?
Um, I think it'd be weird if we didn't see Tarkin for sure,
Agreed.
because like he was kind of involved in everything.
Yeah, and this literally the second in Episode 4 when Kenobi and him, or when Vader and him are talking, and he's like, "He is here." Tarkin already is like, "Obi-Wan, what makes you think so?" Like he immediately draws to Obi-Wan. So I don't know. I think they should bring Tarkin in. I just don't know if
I
it'd
mean,
be the same guy from Rogue One or
yeah, like he was
whatever.
involved in Bad Batch, he was in Rebels, he was in
Yeah,
Clone Wars, he was
he was
literally the Emperor's like right hand.
pretty much.
So like if he's not, I mean, they're already bringing back Ian McDermott.
Yes, in some way. I just don't know what.
So the fact that they have the Emperor, why wouldn't they have Tarkin?
Exactly.
I want to see live action Tarkin Town.
Oh, that'd be cool. I
Um,
would love to see live action Lothal. I think we're due for it.
I feel like we'd see it at least, or I guess at the furthest point in Ahsoka,
Yeah,
because like
maybe.
that was a big part of the Rebels show. Was Lothal was where Ezra lived.
Yeah.
Um, and there's so much like lore and like canon building that happened there that was
Mhm.
like really necessary for the Empire.
It was basically the battleground for Rebels for almost 3 seasons
Yeah, well, it was
for the
almost the
most
whole
part.
show.
Yeah.
And that's where Kanan died. That's where Ahsoka like became. I don't know what she became, but it was like a higher evolution of herself.
Ahsoka the Gray, I believe, is what they call her now.
Yeah, it was something, but like that ending is so powerful with her
Mhm.
character. When you see her like standing in front of the ship, um,
And
and
you see her like all ready to go.
I kind of want that to be how Ahsoka opens.
That'd be cool to see a live action like opening. That'd be cool.
Like to see
Oof.
Sabine like turn the corner and actually see Ahsoka, and then that's where the show starts. Is the ending of Rebels to now.
That'd be cool. I could look for that.
Of course, I don't know how that would work because that's like, well, actually, no, that happens right around the start of the Mandalorian
Pretty much.
because that happens at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's
5
right around
years
the same
after,
time.
yeah.
How do you think the story will end as it transitions into A New Hope?
Kenobi.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know because there's apparently rumor they want to push for season 2, and I'd 100% be down for it. Like, give me more Hayden, give me more Ewan. Like, I'm down for all that. What'd be interesting, however, is if this whole season's about the reuniting of Obi-Wan and Vader. What if next season it was like Obi-Wan and like Cad Bane or something else like that?
That's a good point because you kind of see what looks like Cad Bane
Right,
in
in the
some of the
trailer.
art. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
I'd be
really
interested
cool
to
to
see that.
see him like tracking down Kenobi for the Empire, like doing missions
Mhm.
for them. Because I don't think Boba Fett's not established yet as a bounty hunter.
I
Um,
mean, at this point, he would be. This would be his high point if we're going by like the old Legends era, because we don't know much about Boba in this time period. But if my understanding is correct, he's kind of starting to become like the badass bounty hunter that everyone claims him to be. So I would actually, you know what? I would like to see Boba show up. Let him prove that he was the best bounty hunter at this time period. Because we see Forlom in
yeah,
the
Forlom's
most
in the
recent
trailer.
trailer.
Yeah,
So
that
it's
was
like,
wild. That was cool.
yeah, that was a deep cut. I'm like, Forlom? All right. Where's Zuckus? Bring him in. Like, I'm down for bringing any bounty hunter that wants to show up. Like, let's, that'd be cool.
I
Oh,
want
Black
Bosk.
Chrysanthemum. Black Chrysanthemum. Let's see that fight in live action.
Yeah, he got the scar from Obi-Wan.
So let's see that. It makes perfect sense. I'd love to see that because that fight would probably be better than the Chrysanthemum Fett fight anyway. So
Yeah, I do really want Bosk though.
dude, Bosk has been way too absent from everything. Where is he? Hashtag
I
where's
thought he was
Bosk?
gonna show up in Book of Boba Fett. I was
Same.
betting money on the fact that he would like help Boba
Could
because
you
like he was
imagine him?
right there in the Clone Wars.
I know. Could you imagine if that was his blaster fire you saw instead of Freetown?
I would have been so happy. I wanted to
That'd be
see him like tear ass on Cad Bane.
that'd be interesting. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I don't care. Bring Alden back as Han Solo. Give him
It
another
would be
shot.
around, yeah, it would be around the same time period.
It's around that time period, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I got to deal with a big time gangster on Tatooine. Yes,
They
go
set
there.
it up so well too.
I know. Because it's literally the same time period. It's perfect.
Is there anyone else you would want to see from that that gang? Because there was a lot of people. Who was the tactical droid? Mandalorian. I can't think of his name right now.
Droid. The tactical droid from Mandalorian. Zero?
No, hold on. Anyway, I'll come back to it. Do you
What episode was he in?
It was season 1. It wasn't the same character, but it was the same mock droid.
Was it from when they were trying to get the
They were like reprogramming him, and then he was carrying Baby Yoda.
IG 11?
Yeah. Oh, IG-88. Sorry, I don't know why.
I would love to see IG-88. I think now's the perfect time to bring him.
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly, I would like to see Kenobi take on these bounty hunters. I think it'd be great. I know it would expose him 1000%, but I think it'd be interesting. Or bring him like Dengar.
Dengar would be interesting. I feel like that was just a tease. I feel like there's going to be a lot more bounty hunters in that scene that they cut. Because you have. I mean, the one that they had is pretty powerful.
Orlom.
Yeah, Forlom is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But if you add any more, it's going to be very interesting.
Overcrowded though is what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, well, have you seen The Mandalorian, dude?
Oh, you're right.
There was literally 15 Mandalorians in one scene.
Yeah, well, that was necessary though for him to escape off of Navarro.
I mean, I'm just waiting for season 3 of The Mandalorian. There's apparently going to be hundreds.
That'd be interesting to see them take over Mandalore again.
Yeah, I want to see them fight the Mythosaur.
Ooh, that would be interesting. And have Grogu plot twist, have Grogu take him down.
That'd be cool.
What if the show The Mandalorian isn't about Din Djarin? It's about Grogu becoming the Mandalorian. Boom.
I want to see his lightsaber.
I would love to see. What if he took Yoda's lightsaber?
He just goes back to Luke.
Luke's like, I don't want this anyway. Take it.
Yeah, we're done. My final question is kind of generic, but would you want to see the building of the Death Star and what it really took to create it with the Wookiees, enslavement and stuff like that?
Something tells me we're going to see some of that in Cassian.
Oh, that's fair. Actually,
I feel like that'd be a lot of stuff to cover in Cassian, because I'm going to be honest, I don't see a show just about this guy. I know, I love Cassian as a character. I think he's great, but I know that the focus is not going to be all about him. I want to see the Empire side to it too, because it's two sides of the coin here, and it's about the same time period. So I feel like, honestly, that's the perfect show for Saw Gerrera to come in.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. I think it'd be neat to have seeds planted, be like Vader walking down the hallway, be like, how's that takeover of Kashyyyk going? And they're like, oh, yeah, it's cool, dude. We got it. Yeah.
We're chilling. Everyone's dead. It's all good.
Everyone's dead. Or maybe see them harvesting the Kyber crystal from Ilum or something, just something.
That'd be cool. Is there anything else? Oh, you wanted to talk about your trip that you're doing.
Yeah, so as some of you may not know, we're actually gonna be meeting up in 2 weeks.
Woo!
We're gonna be hitting up that Disneyland, gonna be chilling out at campus and doing rides and such. And I will be at Celebration. Unfortunately, Skylar will not.
I'll be around.
But I mean, everyone's selling their 4-day tickets. I literally know someone selling their 4-day ticket right now.
Maybe.
You could go. You could go.
Yeah, I know, and I'm thinking about it. If I get my tax return in, I will be there.
If you get your tax return, let me know. I'll see who's selling their ticket at a decent price, and I will let you know. But yeah, so as of this moment, I'm going. I will be dressing up in my Kenobi cosplay from the TV show that I'm actually working on right now. I have a prototype I've been using, and it's great. But I have a friend who's actually making me a full. It's just literally the shirt and the belt, but it just adds to the look. I'm
Right.
literally wearing my robe right now because it's so comfy. But yeah, so I will also have the pleasure of meeting Ewan McGregor and getting him to sign something. I don't know what I want him to sign.
That's
And
so
that's my
cool, man.
biggest struggle. I'm like, I could get him to sign this action figure. I can get him to sign a lightsaber plaque. I'm just like, it's adding up all my expenses right now. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I don't know, because I have a bunch of episode one figures are empty, untouched. So I'm like, I could in theory get him to sign that, but I'm like, I don't know. So we'll see what I end up going with. Hopefully by the next show, I'll have something either already signed or have an idea of what I want signed. So
Yeah, because by the time we do this, it'll be the first 2 episodes of Kenobi that we're going to do.
I'm so excited. Y'all should really tune in for that.
It'll be fun. I'm really excited to dive into I mean, we got to do, obviously, we're going to do Obi-Wan, but we got to do Ahsoka. We got to do
Yeah,
Cassian. I want to start doing
got
this
to
for
do
like all
all
the
them
shows.
shows. The only show I feel like I'm not going to be as adamant about is Vision season 2.
I didn't even watch season 1, to be honest.
I'm not an anime manga person, so I watched them and I was like, some of these are really cool, and some of these I'm just like, okay,
They exist.
and this is a thing, and I'm like, it's kind of like the first steps to Star Wars multiverse.
Okay.
So I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
like, okay, that's cool and whatnot. And we see all these like familiar species, and they somehow make Boba Fett look like a 12-year-old, but they're cool. They're cool. I like them for what they are. I guess I don't appreciate them as much as anyone who likes anime, and that's totally okay. The show was not meant for me. It was meant for those fans, and I'm absolutely okay with that.
Yeah, I want to do another episode like diving into like all the stuff that they're going to reveal from Celebration.
I would love to do that. Yeah, and hopefully you'll be going. I promise I will let you know if my friend is still selling her pass, because
Sounds
I
good.
know she's not selling it super expensive. So
Okay, cool.
I think it's only like 120 or something like that for a 4
Oh
day.
shoot. I actually
Yeah.
want to do that then.
Yeah, I'll ask her real quick when we get off and be like, "Hey, are you selling this still? Because I have a friend who wants to go."
Okay.
And then you could literally just stay with me that weekend, because
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I'm literally, dude, I'm at the Best Western that's like right there. We
Right
literally
next to this. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I'm so
So
down. Oh my gosh.
yeah, I have another friend staying with me, but like there's gonna be room for 2, 3 people, so
Okay. Cool.
I'm not worried about it. Worst case, just bring like a sleeping bag or something.
Yeah.
I'll bring like an air mattress. I'd bring mine, but I'm literally traveling like all the way that way, and
No,
I'm
you're
bringing
good.
like
Don't even worry.
cosplay stuff and some Marvel stuff so I can dress Marvel-y for campus and whatnot. The only thing I can't get are Star Wars night tickets, and I really want to go.
I know. It
Like
looks really good. It looks really cool.
I literally just want to go to meet Ezra, Sabine, Maul, Vader, and Palpatine, and I could die happy. Like that's all I want to do. I don't care for the fireworks. We've had better fireworks here in Orlando, so I'm like, I don't care for that. I don't care for half these characters because I've already met them all with Star Wars weekends and Star Wars Celebration or Star Wars Galactic Nights and all these things. So I'm like, I just need these guys and I'm good. And I just want to walk around dressed as Kenobi at Disneyland because I know I can't get away with that on a normal day.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
All right. Well, with that, thank you guys as always for listening to the Dream of Fantastic Dream podcast. If you guys could, please go and follow Nick. He recently changed his Instagram and his TikTok. What is your new TikTok and stuff?
Well, TikTok's always been Mind of a Geek, and I recently woke up one day and I'm like, my old username just it doesn't hit anymore. So I was like, okay, I have this name, so I figured I'll use it. So I am Mind of a Geek at Instagram and TikTok, no spaces.
Sweet. Go check out our merchandise. We have a lot of stuff on our store. go check out like the YouTube videos. You guys need to see this. It was really, really fun to do. But with that, dream a fantastic dream.